All right, guys, I'm back with a new video for this week. This is the week of February 6th, 2022. And I don't know about you guys, but I lost my power for a little while, and then we had no water for 3 days. So this has been quite a time with this last winter storm. So let's look and see what's coming up. But before we do that, I want to remind you of my pro site. If you haven't joined there yet, I'd love for you to join. You can join at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather. All right, well, let's start looking at some things. I wanted to start with the ENSO, or the El Nino Southern Oscillation. And as you know, we have been in a La Nina now for several months. Actually, I think it started back in September. And the La Nina became official when the Pacific Ocean waters dropped below at least half a degree Celsius below normal. And you can see for several weeks now, even months, the temperature of the Pacific Ocean waters had been getting colder and colder. And it looked like we might even get into a moderate La Nina there back around the beginning of January. But then it started to warm back up, and we're seeing a warming trend here. And technically, we are still in a weak La Nina, but that is definitely weakening even more. As that La Nina weakens, it is going to probably result in a warming trend for the United States, and we may be already starting to see that some. But at the same time, when we look at the PNA is still very positive. You can see the PNA turn positive back around January 7th, and it has been positive ever since. And at least for the next several days, it is forecasted to stay positive. And most likely, the PNA is going to stay positive at least through the middle of February. Now, remember, the PNA, that stands for the Pacific North American Teleconnection, and it is a measurement of the deviation from normal temperature for the Western United States. So when the PNA is positive, that means the Western United States are warmer than normal. And typically what we see happen is when the PNA is positive and it's warmer out west, that forces colder temperatures into the east, including the Ohio Valley. And that is a big reason why we have been seeing the cold temperatures that we've been seeing for the last several weeks. And like I said, it looks like we can expect colder than normal temperatures to continue for some time now, at least a couple weeks. Now, let's start looking at what the models are showing. And I want to start by showing you the polar jet stream. And here that is right here. And this is the polar jet stream based on the GFS model. And you can see right now, we've got a trough out here over the Western United States. And we've got kind of zonal flow across the east. And notice that the polar jet is actually to the north of the Ohio Valley. And that is why today it is warming up. I'm expecting to see possibly 40 degrees here today in Morristown, Ohio. And over the next couple of days, I'm expecting it to continue to trend a little bit warmer than normal. But remember, I just said a few minutes ago that we are expecting it to stay rather cold. So this little warming that we're having today and tomorrow is not likely going to last. And if I push this forward, you can see why it's not going to last. You can see this trough starting to move over into the east. And as that trough moves into the east, even there, it's starting to come up around the Ohio Valley. This is by Monday. And certainly here by Tuesday, we have a trough over around the Ohio Valley, and that should start to cool things off. You can see, though, the polar jet is kind of weak. It's really struggling to figure out what it's going to do. But as we push this forward, you're going to see a strengthening here, and here it comes here into Wednesday. And we can definitely see a trough forming here in the east by Wednesday. That continues into Thursday. And if I keep going even into Friday, we definitely have a strong trough developing with the polar jet. And look how big of a ridge we have out here in the west. This is from that positive PNA. And so this is going to be pulling cold Arctic air back down into the Ohio Valley by at least by Friday of this week and probably through the weekend. You can see as I push this even further out, that trough gets even stronger. And so, yeah, we are expecting it to stay cold for the next several days. And in fact, you can see from the Climate Prediction Center on their 6 to 10 day outlook definitely has the Ohio Valley below normal. And even if we go to their 8 to 14 day outlook, they still show the Ohio Valley with below normal temperatures. So as I was saying, it looks like it's going to stay below normal at least through the first part of February. Now, let's look at, and actually, I want to show you something else real quick. Sorry, I didn't have this ready, but yeah, let's go to this. So this is the GFS model, and I wanted to show you how this pattern in the jet stream is going to result in a parade of Alberta Clippers going over the Great Lakes. And you can see this is the map for today, Sunday, and even now already we have a low pressure system going over the Great Lakes, and so that's like an Alberta Clipper, and it's going to be moving over the Great Lakes over the next day or so up into Monday. And you could see even just right there, just a little bit of lake effect snow in Northeast Ohio. This Clipper system that is up there today through tomorrow, it's really a weak system, but northern Ohio and into northwestern Pennsylvania could get a little snow tonight through tomorrow. Now, as we push forward, you can see here comes another one. And this second one is going to cross over the Great Lakes beginning on Wednesday. And you can see if I keep pushing forward there, we're getting a little bit of lake effect snow here by Thursday. And as I keep pushing it forward, yeah, even into Friday, getting a little bit lake effect snow there. Actually, that's still Thursday. Here we go into Friday. But you can see now behind that one, there's actually a third system. And this third system, you can see, look at all those isobars, how close they are. This is a very strong system, definitely stronger than the first two. And it's going to follow just about that same path because of that trough in the polar jet stream. It's going to go right over the Great Lakes again. And this is going to pull some more significant snow down into the Ohio Valley by Friday, and perhaps even into Saturday on the backside. There you can see on the backside some more lake effect snow. So what's this look like as far as accumulations? Well, after what we've had recently, it's really not that impressive. I'll show you what the GFS model is showing here. So this is for the first one. Let's just change this to 24-hour accumulation instead of total. Yeah, there we go. So this is for that first one coming tonight. And you could see basically for northern Ohio and then into the mountains of West Virginia and Pennsylvania, you know, a light coating up to maybe half an inch, a little more up here around Erie, Pennsylvania, but still only about an inch. So not that impressive with this one tonight into tomorrow. And then as we move into the next one, there's the next one. Yeah, and almost nothing really showing up with it. Very light accumulations, basically in the north. And then by Thursday, though, here comes that bigger one. And even with this one, even though it's the biggest of the three, we're only looking at maybe an inch, couple inches up here around Cleveland and Erie, Pennsylvania, maybe 3 inches. And then in the mountains of Pennsylvania down into Maryland and West Virginia, there's 3, maybe 4 inches. So nothing too huge, but it's just going to be a reminder this week that the winter is not over. Okay, so again, I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, if you haven't joined my pro site, I'd love for you to do that. You can join at www.patreon.com/Ohio Valley Weather. Thanks for watching.